Hi there, YouTube. So this is gonna be kind of crazy. This is gonna be my first video on this journey. As you can see, I just took a shower. My hair's wet. I'm loungewear. I'm drinking my latte because I just got home from a day of work. But I've recently been inspired by this YouTuber. He was like, "Sit down, make your video. Just make it. Don't wait." And he said, "Chart the whole journey and give it away for free." So here I am at the start of my journey. This is gonna be about my journey into AI. And basically, I don't know, I might go into this a little bit later down the road, more story. This is so funny. This is so bad. But I said I would just sit down and do it and not edit it. And it's going to be terrible. And we're not going to edit. We're just going to shoot it up. But yeah, I'll go more to my story later. But I'm married. I'm 30. Honestly, there's a lot of things I just really don't feel like I know who I am at 30. But my wife and I are here 30, 32, and just came to the realization of like pain point of got to figure out finances. Something's got to change. That's me on a journey of looking through a lot of different things. I've always known and wanted to be able to make money online and known that like, hey, I've got a good work ethic. I've got a smart brain. There's people that are dumber than me and people that are lazier than me, both making lots of money online. And I'm like, what I need, I tried it once before with a small digital marketing agency doing SEO, bought a course, and failed. Realized what I didn't have that time that I needed was support and community. So it's searching around for some program, something that could teach me how to make money. And this time I was like, I'm just not going to give up. If I've got, as long as there's the mentorship community, mentorship component and community component, I'm just going to drive at this thing and I'm going to make it through because something has to change financially. And I was so sick of it because my wife and I have been basically just focused on ministry and arts, and there's no money in either of those things. And then so working part-time jobs, trying to make ends meet, having supporters but not having enough, basically got to this point, right, where it was like supporters have been awesome for us for the last few years, and have so grateful to them, and they made us accomplish things we couldn't otherwise have accomplished, like going to conservatory and getting out of there debt free. But basically that was all personal network. It's all tapped. Our personal network didn't grow in those years. We don't have connections to institutions that would support us. So realizing like this is unsustainable. We were wanting to move overseas and do stuff, but it's like we can't because we don't have the financial component in hand. My wife was having a bunch of health issues, needs health help. And then also we're like looking at having kids and stuff, but just don't feel good about having kids based on our financial situation. So all that's just a little bit of the context of the pain point growing of like, this has got to change. And looked at a bunch of different programs, and the one I landed on was this guy by successful Christian businessman whose whole mission was how do I help Christians make wealth as fast as possible with an easy, scalable method that won't suck all their time, that will actually give them up leverage free time, so that they not leverage free time, give them capacity to pursue their passions and calling. And I was like, this is perfect. This is what I want because I want to pursue the arts, I want to pursue ministry type stuff. And he was like, it's AI. AI is the thing. So I joined on this program. I've been rocking and rolling in that. By rocking and rolling, I mean I haven't made any money yet. The program I think is great and it has an awesome stuff. I'm just in the thing where it's right. I have to do organic lead gen. I'm grinding away every day, and it just hasn't taken off yet. I haven't been here that long, so it's not like I'm discouraged or I think the thing doesn't work. I'm only at like 5-6 weeks into it. And I just mostly working my warm network just now, trying to get LinkedIn up and going, and then realizing they've got all this intense stuff in your way to making a lot of connections fast or pursuing leads because you can't get Sales Navigator when you're like a brand account's brand new. I haven't even been able to get premium. Anyways, so working on that stuff and have no extra money to like put in a lead gen or anything like that. This has been brilliant. His whole thing is to teach you how to be a business owner, to leverage a tech system, an AI system, right, to business owners. They'll give you a recurring retainer fee, but then like you don't have to be the tech guy because they have the team that does all that. So you're just the face of the business. You service and engage with the business owners and things like that, but then they do all the tech stuff. Brilliant concept. Love it. And I think it's a great fit for a lot of people. And that immediately initially was all I wanted. But then as I've been listening to more stuff, and I was trying to like, because I was just like, for me, I want to understand stuff. I need to understand stuff. I'm a deep thinker. I'm a teacher type personality, which means I want to know how the thing works. And running into enough guys that would, I mean, his whole, what I really don't want this to come off of is the bashing of this program. This guy is great, and I think the setup is great, but the whole design was for people that are not techie to also service business owners that are not techie and get them up and going in AI. Brilliant mission. And I need a little bit more than that, right? And obviously, some business owners who want AI need more than that. So that's like an obvious thing, right? And so, like, yeah, running into those things and people asking me questions and some of them me not being able to answer. And I think there's legitimate ways we can just be like, oh, my tech team handles that. But wanting to be someone that understands that. Anyways, all this to say, it's just a context where I was starting to listen to more stuff on AI because I've been aware of AI. I don't really use it a lot. Occasionally use ChatGPT. Like, that's about it. I used an image generator really for the first time, like this last December. Anyways, I found Liam Otley on YouTube. Brilliant dude. I'll put a link to his channel in the description if you're at all interested. If you're wanting to learn how to make money in AI or even just think about where, like, have a heads up about where things are going with AI and the future and stuff, I think this guy's brilliant. Whether or not he's the best, I don't know. I'm not super deep into the space yet. But the amount of quality content that this guy is giving away totally for free, I love his generous heart, his generous spirit. And it's brilliant to see how fast he's rose to a really massive spot in the AI stuff, at least among like content creators and agencies and things like that. And he's just giving away so much value for free. Anyways, he's just really awakened this thing in me of like, and he's the YouTuber I mentioned at the beginning to like inspire me to like take this scrappy video and just shoot it off. And we'll just do it. I know it's gonna be terrible, but next one will be better. I'm just charting a little my journey. I'll come back. Anyways, the thing that gets me excited about, it got me excited thinking about the fact that like AI is a massive part of the future. It's the biggest tool of the day right now, and things are just going to change so rapidly. And I'm like, again, it just feels like there hasn't been this since the internet, but even the internet, it's like in comparison to this, I don't know. It's hard to exactly compare. I guess I'm not brilliant. I'm not an expert yet in the field, but it made me realize that all the passions I want to pursue in the future, in all the ways I want to have financial stability in my life, all are going to be dependent on AI. And so becoming an expert in AI, not somebody that just barely knows how to use it, is something I want to do because I also want to help all the people that I know. There's going to be so many small businesses, so many just people losing jobs, whatever. If I want to help those people, even from the standpoint of a Christian wanting pastorally, I think some of those fascinating questions we have to deal with right now that most people still are not dealing with is how do we as believers think seriously and deeply about AI, how about God and the world, but in the nature of AI, how God is working through or in AI or not. All of those things are just fascinating to me, and just even pastoring people through the craziness that's going to come in part will require or would be benefited by knowing AI inside and out. And Liam Otley makes it feel so attainable because he wasn't an AI guy. He wasn't even really a programmer initially, I don't think. I don't even know how much he's a programmer now. So like for me, even in just terms of nonprofit ministry world, arts world, it's like, right? Because I'm a playwright, I'm an actor. And it's like figuring out, and one of the main things I want to do is create new stories with like people in other cultures, which one of the things that gets me really excited about AI is how that's going to help break down the language barrier. My hands feel super dry. And so how do we actually utilize that, right? I mean, this is the thing. If you want it to be anything more than a hobby, and even if it is a hobby, the possibilities are so crazy in terms of like never before things will be possible that were not before, in terms of the kinds of things that you could create at an individual's fingertips. Anyways, feeling inspired, feeling motivated, kind of at the question of like, now I'm still going to leverage this other program, be that focus for trying to get the money going so I can quit my other multiple jobs that I'm working currently. A lot of part-time, menial labor jobs, despite the fact that I'm 30, I hold multiple degrees and I'm a smart guy. But also that's part of the thing I like. And part of that's chosen. I was like, I don't want to work a job behind my computer for a while. And so I, chose a job in person, like at a pizza shop. Even though it made less money, but also realizing that like something's got to change for my future. I can't work at a pizza shop forever. It's not what I want to do. Anyways, it's a little bit here. So this is hopefully the beginning of charting my journey into AI, charting my journey into Jesus and AI, with Jesus and AI, and hopefully start of a journey into really being able to serve. I just feel like this is also the thing that will allow me to serve the most people in the future. Nothing's going to be as needed or have as much reach in the next 5 to 10 years, in terms of people who will need it and people who will need to be walked through also fallout of their careers been taken out from under them. Anyways, I hope this is not a downer. It's very much like a reflective thing, but something to look back on, and maybe somebody else will get some use out of it watching it as well. So